Hey, happy Tuesday to you guys here. Welcome back to Tuesday Tips. Thank you again for coming back to it. We've been talking about credit scores and how that does affect us here long term. So today is a perfect topic for long term in regards to the length of credit. We've already talked about payment history and that a factor, and also about credit utilization. So today we're going to talk about credit history in regards to the length of it, and it's kind of like a fine wine, meat, or cheeses is better when it's aged for you, right? So the longer it is, the better off it's going to be, right? They actually look at 7 years as it being considered a good time frame for it to be an established an account for you. So 0 to 2 years is basically your very beginning. When you look at a lender standpoint, they want to have a 2 year history at a minimum, so that way we can see an established history for you. But that 2 to 4 years is going to be kind of where you're starting to get into that groove. Training wheels are pulled off, and they actually start to give you that real accumulated score. But once you get to that 5, 7, and plus, that's when you actually do have that history. So most credit histories do get better over time as long as you've been taking care of it along the way. And that goes with the on-time payments, which is that 35% that we spoke about before, and then also goes into the credit utilization there for you. So that goes with keeping the balances low and using it, because that length of time, they do look at the oldest time of the account. They also look at the newest accounts that you do have, and they also will look at the average history of your accounts also. So all that does play a factor in regards to how they do accumulate the scores for you. So all that will be a part of a long-term gain. So understand that credit is not built overnight, but it can definitely be ruined by missing some of those things as far as keeping a high balance or by missing some payments. So you want to manage that over the length of time. And of course, after about 7 years, things do start falling off for you as well too, as far as late payments go, as far as it being on there. But it still does count towards you because you've already had it once. It still does hit you. You just got to start rebuilding it back in order for it to rebound and to become better. So the length of time, you want to have 7 years of accounts. If you have an old account that have a bad history, be mindful of closing it without getting some new account established already for you. So you want to have something starting to taper in as one tapers off, so that way you can kind of manage it the best way. You don't get hit for just dropping that old account history that you may have already built up. So hopefully that does help. Again, this is the length of time for credit history, which is going to be 15% of your credit score. So be mindful of it and just continue to build long term. Strive for excellence. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Have a good one.